"24 hours ago, Nadia Matar and Yehudit Katzover received the 2009 Moskowitz Prize for Zionism." First of all, a round of applause. They're with us here today. So tonight they're with us here today, and I'd like to call upon Nadia to discuss Zionism and, of course, sovereignty. Shalom, good evening, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov.
Thank you very much. I'm here with Yehudit Katzover, my chair. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Happy Yom Yerushalayim. And let us not forget that Yom Yerushalayim is not only Yom Yerushalayim, it's Yom Eretz Israel. Happy Land of Israel Day.
Why are you saying that? It's really important for people to understand.
It's very important for people to remember that we celebrate here not only the, and it's my honor to speak to you, Moshe, Governor. The celebration of Jerusalem Day, we have to remember, is not only Jerusalem Day, but we liberated on that day also the entire Judea, Samaria, the Golan Heights, and therefore we have to remember that the holiday is about the entire land of Israel.
And when you mention the Golan Heights, we of course think about the recent statement, recognition of President Trump. Do you feel that that's going the right way, or some like to say, wait a second, if he said the Golan Heights, it may be only the Golan Heights?
Yoni, I think we first have to say thank you to President Trump. We have to say thank you
a round of applause.
For
there we go.
The incredible accomplishments of the transfer of the Jerusalem embassy to Jerusalem, the declaration of sovereignty over the Golan Heights, the closing of the funding of UNRWA. There's something going on. The world is, more and more people are waking up to the fact that that there will be only genuine, real peace and justice for Jews and Arabs alike if and when Israel will be sovereign from the sea to the Jordan. And we have here, I have to tell you, there's a little surprise here.
Okay.
Not only Jews are for sovereignty. Believe it or not, last time you went to our conference, we had Arabs from Judea and Samaria who joined our sovereignty movement, who are waiting for the day that the Palestinian Authority will be destroyed, it will be dismantled, and Israel will be in charge. But there's also Christians, and we have here, I'm going to embarrass you very much, Anthony Abma. Please stand up. Together with Sam, our friend here, who is the head of the board of the sovereignty movement, Sam Solomon, and together they have, Anthony started this organization, Christians for Israeli Sovereignty, and there is a wave of support in the world recognizing that basically Israel should return and should be sovereign over Judea and Samaria, and that's what we've been promoting.
You know, we're sitting there when...
But there is a but. There's a little but. Okay. I'll tell you that in a minute.
Okay. Shh. We have to be
careful. We have to be careful and remember that when we talk about sovereignty, there cannot be partial sovereignty, i.e., we hear about rumors that some plans talk about giving Israeli sovereignty, which we all applaud, but only on the Jewish communities in Judea and Samaria, i.e., 4 or 5% of Judeans are enclaves. That would be tragic, and that would be terrible.
When we spoke with the Prime Minister before elections, he didn't exactly say that, but he said there's solutions around the world where you see a state here, sovereignty here.
Even the Likud called it Mechavei HaHatyashvut, that means the expanses of the Jewish settlement, not only the Jewish communities, because that would be, as I told you, only 4 or 5%, and the rest, 96%, would be what? A Palestinian entity, a mini-state. If we want real, genuine peace and security for Jews and Arabs alike, we have to have Israel in control from the sea to the Jordan, everywhere, and not give any autonomy / control of any other authority west of the Jordan.
So you know what the big question is, and we'd like to hear your answer here today. We've heard it a lot, but let's emphasize the answer. What do you do regarding citizenship of Arabs? How do you, they talk about the demographic devil.
So the first issue is that we have to remember that those who promote a two-state solution, they're the ones who are endangering us demographically. If God forbid there would be a two-state solution, and we would lose our control over the border, and millions of Arabs would be streaming in and overturning the Jewish majority that we have today. Today there's a Jewish majority of 66% east of the Jordan, west of the Jordan River. Now what we will do when, not if, but when, please God, we will apply Israeli sovereignty. We in the sovereignty movement decided, Judith Katzover and myself and Sam and others, that we are a platform for the different plans that exist in the sovereignty movement. Whether it will be in the beginning only residency with a path to citizenship for those who want, whether it is, we have here a member of Knesset, Bezalel Smotrich, who also brought his 3 plans. Whatever, there will be different solutions. All the solutions are better than a Palestinian state, and for Jews and Absolite. We have Bassam Eid, Yoni, you heard about him, an Arab from East Jerusalem, who lives in Jericho, and he said it. He says, I'd rather be a resident, another citizen under Israeli sovereignty than a citizen in a Palestinian terrorist state. He says, we can't wait for Israel to be sovereign over Judea and Samaria. I think he gave the best answer.
Nadia Matar, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And
Chag
good luck.
Sameach. Go to.